for tonight. Tonight we are talking about all things limiting beliefs. So I'm going to go through the top 3 limiting beliefs, and then I'm going to talk to you about how to reverse them. So again, if you're out there, if you're joining me live, definitely give me a shout. Let me know where you're joining me from. And if you're catching this on a replay, drop me a hashtag replay. And as we go through, if you have any questions or anything, let me know. I am getting a message from Miss Marguerite. Give me a second here. In the group page. Okay, so it seems like people are still getting on. They're trying to find it. Yeah, anytime I post these event invites, everything is always inside the Facebook group. So that is where you want to be. So we'll go ahead and give her just a second to jump on here. Now, like I said, I have a lot of announcements to make too, but I'm going to save those for the end. So again, if you're watching this, stick around. There's a lot of fun things coming up. But again, tonight is all about limiting beliefs. So I'm going to talk about everything from those unhealthy limiting beliefs and how to reverse them. Especially because that's something we've been talking a lot about, are different ways to go ahead and transform your mindset. So like when we did that challenge a few weeks ago where we went ahead and built our space, started creating our boundaries, making time, and creating a practice, and then reflecting on it, that was huge. Hey buddy, you coming up? All right. So that was a big deal. My assistant Declan is back out from under the blanket, so he's here. So again, tonight, that is what we're talking about. So we're going to jump right into this. Hi, buddy. Sorry. Thank you. All right. So when it comes to beliefs, I want you to look at them as those thoughts that are holding you back. And everybody's beliefs can be different. I mean, they can be spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs, physical beliefs, anything that is going to transform the way you approach your life. So they might be good things, and that's what pushes you to success. And they may be beliefs that are so dug into your self-conscious that they sit in there. They sit in that subconscious, not your self-conscious, your subconscious. They sit in there and they hold you back from really getting to your next level you. So those are the ones, that's like that little voice in your head that tells you can't do something. That says you're not worthy of something. That you tell yourself, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I don't have time for this. It's all these things that sit in there that are the opposite of the positives. The ones that the people who you notice, maybe you're like, oh my God, I really want that in my life. I want to be happy. I want to be... Hi, buddy. I know. Come sit here. All of these things that tell you what you're not doing right. So we want to get rid of those limiting beliefs and we want to make space for the new ones, okay? So the first one I want to talk about tonight is the truly unhealthy beliefs about yourself. So again, these are the little messages that you tell yourself that the more often you tell yourself, that's what you start to see. Like, for example, did you ever notice that when you buy a red car and you think, nobody has a red car, and then you're driving on the road and you see like 40 of them and you're going, I never saw this before. Well, because you weren't looking for it. So what happens is you start telling yourself, again, those limiting beliefs that, again, that you can't do something, that you're not worthy of something, that you haven't been able to go ahead and create something, that you're not taking the chances, you're not going on the adventures because you don't think you can do it. That's what starts to happen, and that's what you're going to notice in your life. So if you tell yourself, I don't have time to take a yoga class, and then things are going to start creeping in that show you that you don't have time. All you're going to see is, I have to take my kids here and there. Oh my God, they have new projects. My husband doesn't come home from work on time. And you're going to notice every time he's 5 minutes late. You're going to notice when you have more things added to your plate that just weren't there before. But in reality, they were, you just weren't seeing them. Or when you tell yourself, I'm not worthy of, pick XYZ on your vision board. And then again, things start to happen that you didn't see before. That's what it is. Now, again, unhealthy beliefs about yourself, those are anything that you tell yourself, again, that you're a failure, you're a loser, you're unworthy, you're unlikable, you're incapable, you can't do something. Those are those negative little things that continue to feed on you. So you remember we talked about creating space in the body? We have to release that. So by transforming that, by really looking at it and thinking that you are the best at what you're doing, okay? That you are the most successful at what you're doing. That you are able to do all of the things that you want to do. That you're capable, that you're strong, that you're resilient, that you're flexible, that you really are this authentic version of you, instead of the one that everything is leading you to believe. But that all starts in here, okay? So when you exaggerate things, like I said, when it's that whole sky is falling, the whole world is out to get me attitude, that's what you're gonna see. And that's what you're projecting. You're projecting that negative energy. You're projecting those beliefs. You're projecting those thoughts. And again, that's what you're going to get back. But when you start to see it from the other side, when you start to project that light and positivity and energy and happiness, that's what you're going to get back. And that's what you're going to see more of. So that's the big trick. Now, the second limiting belief that we have is a really big one. It's that limiting belief about others. Okay? So when I say others, it's really looking at it as, like I said, the world is out to get you. It's believing that everyone is out to get you. That everyone's, some margarita just jumped on. Okay. That everyone is untrustworthy, manipulative, out to get you. That it's impossible to have healthy relationships, good relationships. That it's impossible to find, Mr. or Mrs. Right. That it's impossible to go ahead and create these circumstances. That's what that means. So when you have limiting beliefs about others, and that's the same thing, it all starts in here. So when you want to look at it, I'm not telling you to just go out and, willy-nilly trust everyone you come across, but it's starting to put good faith out into the world. It's really understanding that there are good people out there. There are people to match you at your level. So think about like everyone in this group, okay? The more you surround yourself with people that are on the same wavelength. Hi, Marguerite. I'm so glad you made it. You found us. The more you put yourself on the same wavelength, you surround yourself with people with those same empowering beliefs, that's what's going to change your limiting beliefs about people. The more you sit around people and you do that whole gossip girl thing where it's, oh, this one did that, and this one's not nice, and this one you can't trust them, and this one did... That's what you're going to see, and that's exactly what happens. You have to step yourself above the rest, okay? You have to put yourself and surround yourself with like-minded people that are going for the same goals you are, for the same energy you are. Again, it's when you stoop to the other level, then that's exactly what you're going to get. And the last big limiting belief that's out there is just those general unhealthy beliefs about the world. So the idea that you can't succeed in today's world. That again, everything is just out to get you, okay? Maybe the world is a dark place. There's too much tragedy. There's too much trauma and drama. There's too much darkness out there. And that's just not true, but it's what you're seeing when that's exactly what you're focusing on. There really are the good things out there. I mean, there's so many amazing places to travel to. There's so many amazing people to meet. There's so many programs to take advantage of. There's so many yoga studios to go look at. There is just so much really out there that, again, if we shelter and we stay in this negative space, we will never get there. So really, it's the ability to go ahead and transform that and turn that all around, okay? So we start with doing that by our self-conscious. We have to start with acknowledging what's in here. So you have to start with self-reflection. And this can be the hardest part because this is where you truly have to get honest with yourself. And sometimes you need a partner for that. So you may need an accountability partner. You may need somebody that can honestly sit there and go over this with you. So, hey, Diane, I'm glad to see you. Thanks for jumping on. I'm going to go in here. I just want to see if there's any comments in here. Okay. Yeah, it's just slowly updating. Sorry, guys. I will watch later. Yeah, absolutely. Grab the replay if you need to. I'm glad you're popping on now, though. That's awesome. So basically, we want to look at is how to change those self-limiting beliefs. So like I said, the first thing here is whether it's limiting beliefs about yourself, it's those negative beliefs about you that you have about you, It's about the world around you, the people around you. That all starts in here. Okay, so the first thing, like I said, is self-reflection. You need to get down and dirty, and you need to really acknowledge. So if you're a list-making person, you want to do that in your journal. If that's a meditative thing where you want to let those feelings up and out, whatever works for you. And again, if this is something that you don't think you can honestly do for yourself, again, find someone that you trust. Find someone that you talk to, a friend, your mom, a sibling, whatever, your other half. But be prepared, because they may say things that you just didn't notice, because again, you're always in here already. And then it's taking those beliefs, it's taking those things about yourself. So again, whether it's just telling yourself, that you're incapable, that you can't do something, that you're unlovable, that you're unworthy, that you're a failure, you're a loser, whatever it is, whatever you constantly tell yourself, and then it's going to be making that list and then finding a way to flip it. So again, if you're telling yourself, I am incapable of being loved, okay, maybe you struggle with relationships, turn it around. I am capable of being loved. Start thinking that. And then come up with the reasons why you are. So maybe you're a good snuggler. Maybe you're a hard worker. Maybe you're a good provider. Whatever it is, start making your list. Show yourself the positives and then focus on those. The other belief you had, that I'm incapable, honestly, it probably wasn't realistic at all. It was just something you've told yourself for so long, you didn't see it anymore. You just assumed that the whole world was out to get you and Mr. Right or Mrs. Right was never coming around the corner. And that's not good. It's something you need to address. So do that with each of your limiting beliefs. And we've all had them. I mean, you've heard my story. You've heard me struggle. You heard how I felt when I got out of my last relationship, how terrible that was, about how I thought I had no friends. I didn't have enough time. There was lots of things I couldn't do. How was I going to survive? Oh my God, all of these things. It took a very long time for me to transform that. And it all started with self-reflection. It was really acknowledging all of those limiting beliefs. And like I said, even some days they creep back up. Don't get me wrong. You'll never be immune from it, but it's knowing how to handle it. It's knowing how to transform it. That's the key. Okay. So like I said, you want to handle that head on. And like I said, I want to come back to that whole idea of like the evidence. Okay. So remember when I told you about how you're only going to notice the things that you want to see? That's when this starts. So now you've recognized the limiting beliefs. You've faced them head on. You've reflected. You see them. You've turned them around. You've set up your list of all the reasons why you aren't that person, or those aren't what really is happening. And now it's important to start seeing the good and acknowledging that. So you always hear me talk about gratitude lists. This is where that comes into play. So again, you can take whatever it is for you. Maybe, like I said, I did incapable, so let's try another one. How about like I am unworthy? So you're unworthy of success, that promotion, the weight loss, the sleeping better, whatever you're telling yourself that it just isn't, that you're not a morning person. I can't do mornings, because I know that's something a lot of you have told me you struggle with, so I want to help you fix this. So let's reframe that one. Okay, why do you think that? Why do you think you are not a morning person? I mean, honestly, what is it? So that's the first thing to do. You have to figure out why. So if you say I'm not a morning person because I just can't wake up, I hit snooze too much, my kids are always up at this time of the morning, I have to do X, Y, Z, I'm not allowed to do this. He says, haha, me. Exactly. So why do you tell yourself you're not a morning person? And then let me assume now that's what you see all the time. You always see the disaster at the end of this tunnel, right? You're always seeing the fact that there it is. There's my alarm going off, and now I've hit snooze 3 times, so I've lost my whole morning. Okay, I know my kids are getting up at 6:30, so I can't do mornings. There's a lot more to morning than just the same time they get up. Like there's earlier points in your morning. Okay, so whatever you're telling yourself, now you got to reverse it. You have to say why you want it, what needs to change, and why you are worthy of being that person that you want to be. So if you no longer want the anxiety, you no longer want the depression, you no longer want to feel sad, you no longer want to feel angry, you no longer want to feel like you have no boundaries, no time for you, no whatever it is, acknowledge that. And then tell yourself, it's not true. I do have time for me. I am a happy person. I have the tools to be positive. I don't have to be sad. You make your choices. And again, it all starts here. And that's why it's important. And that's why, like I said, that's why I love running these challenges. I like having these conversations. I am thoroughly enjoying the Mindful Movement Tribe. And just like I said, last night we had our first live class. And it was all about your chakra energy, all about your third chakra, that core energy. Because you've heard me say it before, and I'll say it again. The stronger your core energy is, physically, mentally, spiritually, the stronger you are going to be. So if you're struggling with limiting beliefs, I'm going to bet money that your core is not strong enough. Sometimes I feel like hang on, can't read that on there. Here it is. Okay, Marguerite, so she says, sometimes I feel like I've already been programmed not to be a morning person. Yes, that is exactly what it comes down to, is the programming. Nobody is pre-programmed, okay? We don't all come walking out of the womb saying, I'm not a morning person. I'm not lovable. I'm a loser. I'm always going to be a failure. No one comes out of the womb like that. I mean, honestly, like think about it like when you're a baby and you're learning how to walk. Does anybody ever just give up on you and says, you're not going to walk. This baby is not going to walk. Do you as a baby say, hey, I'm just not going to walk. It's not going to happen. I can't do it. No. If that happened, we would have a serious problem in this world. No, that's not how this works. Everybody continues to encourage you, right? So the world around you gives you the tools to walk, okay? So it's those cute little walking toys. It's your parents holding you by the fingers, whatever it is. It's your cheerleaders, it's your friends, it's everybody telling you, you're gonna walk, you can do it, come here, yay! It's that feeling. And then it's deep inside of you as a baby realizing, I can't roll around, I'm not just gonna do this all day. Hey, like you see your sibling run across the room, you see your mom walk away, and what do you say you wanna do? I wanna keep up. So you get up on two legs and you go. I mean, honestly, that's exactly what the transformation is. So that whole idea of, I'm programmed to be this person, bullshit. Total bullshit. Simple as that. No one is stuck where you are, okay? No one. You have the ability to change that, but you have to reframe your thinking. And that comes with time. It's not going to happen overnight. Trust me, it is not going to happen overnight. I don't want to give you unrealistic expectations. But everybody starts somewhere. I had to start somewhere. My coach had to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. And that's what I'm bringing you to the table right here, right now. So if you have a limiting belief, something that is sitting on your mind, something that you're struggling with, I want to know about it. If you feel comfortable enough to share it, drop it in the comments here. If you're not super there yet, go ahead and send me a message. That's okay too. But I would love to hear what it is. And that's exactly what we're working on. Like I said, and I know I'm kind of pushing this here, and I'm going to keep doing it because I firmly believe in its power. Like I said, that's what we're doing in the Mindful Movement Tribe right now. We're using all of the tools from yoga, all of the meditation, all of the mindset work, and we're growing stronger. Okay? We're breaking things down and really putting them into perspective. So it all starts somewhere. So by taking, again, whatever the belief is, if it's something you feel about you, if it's something you feel that the world feels about you, whatever the perspective, wherever it's coming from, odds are it's not true, okay? No one is stuck and programmed to be where they are. You want to change it, you change your thinking. And like I said, that takes time, but you have to make the commitment to it. So again, so I'm going to take Marguerite Jeans, and I'm not throwing you on the spot because it's probably out in left field. But where she's saying, I've already been programmed not to be a morning person, but I know I'm capable. Okay, so you've made the decision. You know that you're capable of being a morning person. I figured out that fear of failure is a big one for me. Oh, I'm going to come back to that too. So just like I said, I'm kind of circling back on her example there. So to know that you're capable of changing it. That's huge. That means you've now made a decision. Okay? You've made a choice. You've realized, I no longer want to be this person. I no longer want to be limited by this perspective, by this belief. I am capable of change. Fantastic. That's step one. Now, step two, you have to take action. So how do we change that? How do we show that I'm capable of being a morning person? Simple as starting to set your alarm earlier. And I'm not telling you to set it 3 hours earlier. Try 15-minute increments. Work your way backwards. Start writing it down. Like I said, start making a list. What are all the things that you could accomplish if you were a morning person? Like I said, it might be that 20 minutes of yoga practice that you've been wanting to do. The 10 minutes of meditation you've wanted to do. The journaling you've wanted to do. The fact that you just want to eat breakfast in the morning without rushing out the front door. You want 5 minutes alone for your coffee in the morning. You want to take that walk in the morning. Whatever it is for you, write all the reasons, write all the things you could possibly do if you were a morning person. And then take a half a step back and go, why can't I do that now? I mean, what's holding you back? Why couldn't you do it? Because then your brain goes, because you're not a morning person. Bullshit. You can be whatever you want to be. Anything you want. So that's going to line right into here with fear of failure. Again, that's all in here. What are you afraid of failing at? I mean, honestly, you have to look at it that way. Are you trying to start a business? Are you worried you're getting married? You're afraid you're going to fail at the relationships? Are you afraid you're not going to have something? You're not going to have enough money to pay your rent? Whatever it is. What are you afraid of failing at? I mean, honestly, how realistic is this failure? What is it for you? And this is for everybody, because we all have that fear that we're going to fail somehow. Whether it's, again, as a person, we're not going to stay up to standards, we're not going to be able to do something, accomplish something, whatever your fear of failure is for you. And then I want you to stop looking at it as failure, and it might sound cliche. Oh, Margaret, I know I'm capable because I was a morning person for a time being when I had a very early morning job. I was able to do it because I knew I had to wake up early or I would lose my job. Okay, there's the have-tos and the shoulds. I'll come back to that as well. So, like I said, kind of circling back to that whole idea of fear of failure. So we've now discovered, okay, whatever it is that you're afraid of failing at, but what is failure? I mean, by definition, what is failure? It's a result, right? So failure is a result. So stop saying the word failure and look at it as whatever has happened, whatever the outcome is a result. And that's how we grow. That's how we learn. So that baby that hasn't been able to walk, that stood up, took 2 steps and fell on its butt, did it fail? You could say it failed. But rather than put that negative connotation into your head, rather than use that word, say, okay, that was the outcome. That was the result. Let's try again. Baby gets up, pulls himself up, maybe takes 3 or 4 steps, whoop, rolls back on their butt. Did the baby fail? To some people. To some other people it was, oh my God, you took 4 steps, you got further, holy goodness. That's perspective change. And that's how I want you to start looking at things. And again, I know it's not easy. Sometimes we can't do that ourselves because we're so stuck in the other end. Get yourself an accountability partner. So like I said, this is something we're doing in the Mindful Movement Tribe. I'm giving you the tools, I'm working with you on this, and I'm keeping you accountable every day to continue to help you change this perspective. So if you've been holding back, not wanting to do it, for $17 a month, how can you beat it? Honestly, you'll get that one-on-one, basically one-on-one coaching. It feels like one-on-one because it's such a tight-knit group. How can you hold it back? And so we've got, like I said, I was using that example of not being a morning person, but we're looking at I am capable. We're all capable of all things. You know, fear of being a failure. There is no failure. I mean, you can go back to the cliche Thomas Edison found 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb. He didn't fail. He found 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb. That's exactly what he said. Okay, so anytime you try something new, you don't fail. You just get a result, and that's great. That's what you want. And that's going to turn into the things that you want to do. Okay? Not because you have to do it, but because you want to do it. So if you want to be a morning person, if you want to be a more active person, if you want to be a more successful person, if you want to be whatever it is for you, you have to want to do it. Because if you don't want to do something, you're not going to do it. And there'll never be a time that you have to be a morning person. Yeah, you can say it for work, but what about for all the benefits for you? So again, if you want to get up and exercise or journal or have your coffee or whatever it is, you got to start finding the positive reasons that mean something to you. Because just actions and decisions without a purpose don't mean anything. I think part of my fear of failure is rooted in my perfectionist nature. Recovering perfectionist over here. Anybody else? Yeah, so I will tell you, I am 30 years old and I have been recovering from perfectionism my entire life, okay? And yes, I still have my days where perfectionism gets right in there. However, it's important to be able to acknowledge, I'm just gonna like all of these so you know I saw them. It's important to go ahead and acknowledge that. So yeah, if you're a perfectionist, that's okay. That's what's gonna drive you. That's what's gonna push you. That's what's gonna strive you. That's a big thing. However, it's what you do with it. So if you go and do something, like for example, I ran a half marathon on New Year's Eve, right? Okay, so people were looking at it and it's one of those things where I told myself, I just want to finish. Could I have been a perfectionist and said, I want to run the whole thing. I want to do it in this amount of time. And then what happens? I finished my first half marathon, woohoo! But then I don't meet those other standards. So now what do I look at it and go, I didn't really do it perfect, so it doesn't count. Hello, I finished a half marathon. I ran 13 points. Get out of here. I ran 13 miles. That's insane. So that's huge. So it's when you do that, I mean, sometimes it's better to be done than perfect, honestly. So again, if you get up to do your morning routine at 5 a.m. and the coffee maker doesn't work, did you fail at your morning routine? Is it not perfect because that was so important to me? No, make yourself tea. Relax. It's okay. Be flexible. You're allowed to be, okay? So I know that's always probably easier said than done. And I'm giving you like small examples. Yes, there are real world, bigger examples out there. But I really want you just to get the perspective on what I'm talking about and why I want you to hear how silly some of this sounds. Because these are those limiting beliefs, like I said, the perfectionism, the fear of failure, the incapabilities, these are what's holding you back. So what do you really want? And that's something, I mean, if you go around and ask 10 people that, like literally just get on the street and be like, what do you want from life? Most people look at you and go, I don't know. You might get the occasional, I want to win the lottery. Well, do you play the lottery? No, I never buy a ticket. Then how do you expect to win? Well, nobody wins. There's too many. Everybody just doesn't win. Fear of failure, not wanting to do it, no drive. Boom, right there. That's it. Yes, it does boil down to your perspective. I'm often too hard on myself, so that is something I'm working on. And we are all our biggest critic. We are all going to be the hardest on ourselves. And again, that can be a motivator for some people. That can be a driver, or it can be a depressive, anxious mess. Okay? And yeah, there's a small gray area in between, but usually you're on one end or the other. And for me, I was always on that dark, depressive side of things. And now I've come across the rainbow here to the blue skies, and I'm starting to learn I can use that to my advantage. Okay? That yes, I can take what's hard on me, and rather than trying to be perfect about it, I can grow from it. I can use it to motivate me to be more. So it's like I said, it's like that baby that is gonna learn to walk. You can do it. And that's kind of as far as that goes. So what else? Who else is out there? What other limiting beliefs do we have? What's going on out there? It looks like that might be it for right now. So if anything comes up, like I said, you watch this again, you're watching the replay, let me know. And like I said, feel free to share those beliefs, because odds are if you're feeling it, there's probably someone out there who is. And like I said, it's important as a community that we stick together, we cheer each other on. Yes, use it as a positive teaching tool. Exactly. Again, but that's perspective, and that comes with time, encouragement, and learning how to do that. So that leads me to all the, rolling up my sleeves here, all the fun announcements that I have for you for everything going on in this group, because I have so much going on in here. All right, so I'm gonna run down this really fast. So in case you haven't noticed, and I'm pretty sure most of you have, the Mindful Movement Tribe doors are open. It's a 2-tier program, so you can go upper level or you can go, I won't say lower level, but you can go to that next step here. Both of them are amazing. You're still getting Kundalini yoga classes. You're still getting some group coaching with me, and you're getting a private community of like-minded people to help you stay accountable every day. So if you're looking to change your beliefs, start doing some movement in your life, and when I say movement, I'm talking physical, mental, spiritual. It's moving your entire soul. This is the place for you. And like I said, for $17 a month, how can you beat it, honestly? And you can do it when it's convenient for you. You can watch the replays of the classes. You can do it anywhere, anytime, as long as you've got some kind of internet access where you can see me. If you're not in Facebook, you can let me know. I can send you the class if you're in the tribe and it's just not convenient for you. I can work around that with you. However, like I said, there's the double tier option. I've got free giveaways. We've got guest coaches, speakers, fun events, all these great things coming up in there. So definitely grab your spot in the Mindful Movement Tribe. Stop holding back. Go ahead and do it. This is your chance. So take these limiting beliefs, these I'm incapable. You are very capable to have the life you want. I'm going to help you get there. But you got to sign up. You don't get some skin in the game, you're not going to get there. So take action, make a decision, and go do it. The second thing, next week we are going to have a guest speaker in here for our live Q&A on Wednesday. Her name is Robin. Robin is an amazing, amazing woman. She and another woman are running what they're calling the Tribute to Women Summit. It's an online summit. It's going to be a week long from March 1st to March 8th, culminating up to March 8th, which is International Women's Day. And it's going to be 7 days of speakers on every topic under the sun. Health, wellness, childcare, food, nutritionists, God, I can't even name them all. There's just so many. There's like 55 coaches. So if you're looking to expand your toolbox, you're looking to learn more, you're looking to get more information, it is a free event. All you have to do is sign up. So I will drop that link. It's in my post from earlier today, but I'll drop that link in the comments here so you can have that. Definitely check it out, okay? And if you need something where you need the replays and whatnot, they do have an option, a VIP option for that as well. But in the meantime, like I said, it's 8 days of coaching. And the very last day, it's going to be all live coaching. So like this, it's going to be a bunch of us talking all together. So you can ask hundreds of thousands of questions and get all kinds of free training. So totally check that out. Join Robin and I live on Wednesday next week. And we're going to dig more into that information. We're going to talk more about how that works. She'll give you some perspective. And this is your chance on next Wednesday for the live Q&A. You can ask anything you want, any question, anything that's been sitting on your mind, on your heart. Ask anything and we'll talk to you. We'll give you perspective, we'll give you some accountability, we'll get you there, okay? So again, that's Wednesday of next week, and then the tribute's the following week. March is gonna be all about meal prep March. I've had lots of questions about energy, how to have more energy in the mornings, and a lot of that I'm going to tell you now, it starts with your digestive system. So I'm going to talk to you about fun meal prep ideas, how the digestive system works, why you need to treat it right, because that's where you're burning most of your energy. Give you some yoga tips, some movement tips, things like that that are going to help you work on that. We're going to have a blast next month, and that's going to lead me to our next program. So get ready. We've got a cleanse coming in April, and not the scary kind of cleanse, but again, if you're looking to transform all of your body and work on new movements and different new habits and standards, this is going to be for you. So get ready, get excited, because that's coming too. It's March, it's April, Mindful Movement Tribe, Tribute to Women Summit. What else? If you haven't jumped on the weekly newsletter with all the fun tips and tricks and videos and recipes and essential oils and quotes and journaling prompts and all kinds of fun things, sign up for that. I will bombard you with all of these links once we're finished. And I think that's everything I got. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. If If I am, somebody just flag me, let me know. But yeah, so first thing, like I said, you want to do something, you want to transform something, you want to change your limiting beliefs. What do you have to do? Get some skin in the game. Take action, make it happen. So choose your poison. Choose the newsletter. Jump on the Women's Summit. Grab your spot in the Mindful Movement Tribe. Make the investment in yourself. Make the commitment and take things to the next level. Because you can keep saying, I should do this, I have to do this, I need to do this. Or is it something you want to do? And then make it happen. Take action. You have to take the first step. You got to get some skin in the game. I can't do it for you. I can continue to push and nudge and give you hints. But I can hold your hand, but I can't make you do it. Like I said, it's like a little kid who wants to learn how to walk. You can hold the fingers, you can push them along, but if they don't want to get up, they're just going to roll back over. So which one are you? Do you want success? Do you want to stand? Do you want to make it happen? Or you just want to see the ground? You want to rise or stay there? What do you want? Yeah, I know that was a lot of info, but I want to make sure nobody missed anything because I feel like sometimes people see the posts, sometimes they don't see the events. I want to make sure everybody's got everything. So definitely yes. So like I said, I'll drop you all the links, start taking action, and I want to see you guys. So remember, the next Mindful Movement class, it's not this coming week, but the next live one is the following week. So if you're ready to get in, you still have time. And yes, the replays are always there. So you can do these every day if you want. Again, you can take advantage of them. You can add this to your regular routine. And yes, think of it as one-on-one coaching because, woo, you almost fell. Oh my goodness, buddy. I got you. You're okay. Ooh, that could have been a wipeout. Talk about failure. No, you just would have learned where the ground is. So yeah, definitely take a look at that. Actually, I just saw somebody else jump on. So I am just gonna wrap up for tonight. So if you have any questions, anything comes to mind, please let me know. And hopefully I'll see you all in the Mindful Movement Tribe coming up. Okay, I love you all. Mwah. Have an amazing rest of your night.